Hi everybody, it's Rabbi Chastain. I hope you're doing well, and I am here to learn some more Hilchos Doggies with you. I want to talk to you about something you might not have thought about when you take your dog for a walk on Shabbos. I'm not going to talk about carrying the leash. I'm not going to talk about having to maneuver the dog. I'm going to talk about what happens when your dog goes to the bathroom in somebody else's yard. Usually when that happens, you're going to take something and clean that up, whether it's a bag, whether it's a pooper scooper, you're going to take care of it. You don't want to do that to your neighbors. But what happens when that happens on Shabbos? So let's examine that for a second. If, God forbid, the dog went to the bathroom in the middle of the carpet, you'd be able to move that on Shabbos. It'd be the same thing like if your child had a dirty diaper. You're able to move that and you're able to dispose of it. Why are you able to do that? Because of a halacha called grafshellray. Let's take a look at that together. Well, a grafshellray actually literally means a chamber pot. It means something that is a kli that is filled with filth. And there's a special dispensation granted by Chazal, by our sages, which is really based on kavod habrios, on human dignity, that you're allowed to remove a repulsive or foul-smelling muksa object from one's house or living quarters, for example, dirty diapers or dead mice. And this heter is known as grafshellray, a vessel of excrement. Now, we just mentioned that applies when it's in your living quarters. The example the Shulchan Aruch brings is a khatsar, when it's in your courtyard, and it means the courtyard that you're going to be using and living in and doing things in and running around in. This could be your actual living room, this could be a porch, this could be a backyard. All of those could fall into this category if you're actually using it for living purposes. But what if it's not in your living quarters? What if it's in your neighbor Andy's yard? You don't want Andy to hate you. So what goes on over there? So we have a Mishnah Berurah in Siman Shin Ches Sivkat and Kuf Lamed Aleph who says the following, that if you have something that is repulsive, like let's say dog poop, that's in a mavoi, it's in an alleyway, b'makam drisas haregel, where people actually are walking, then it's mutar l'salko l'tzadim, you can move it to the sides. And in a Sefer, Megillah Sefer in Siman Nun Beis Sivkat and Zion, he writes that the reason that it's mutter to do this, and why the Mughan of Ram, the original source for this, said that it's all right to move it out of the alleyway or out of the road, is because there's a worry that people will actually step in it. Just like the wording implies, Makam Drisas Haregel, a place where people are going to be walking. But there's another way to read that Mughan of Ram as just what he's trying to do when he says that it's in a mavoi where people are walking. It's just la'afuke, it's to exclude a place where there aren't any people that are going to be there, but not that a person actually would have to walk there. Nevertheless, most learn it the first way, and if a repulsive item is lying on a walkway upon which people pass, one is permitted to remove it. So if a person didn't think his dog was going to go to the bathroom and then went to the bathroom in the middle of the sidewalk, you can move it to the side. But what if it's in somebody's front yard? If it's in somebody's front yard, it'd be very hard to build a heter for this, because dog excrement would normally be muksa machmas gufo. It wouldn't be something that you could move. And if it's in somebody's front yard, really the only reason you have to move it is mishum eva, because they're going to be mad at you. But if it's not actively bothering anybody, it's not in a place where people are going to be walking, and it's not in an area that people are actively using, it would be hard to build a heter to say that one could move it on Shabbos. So you wouldn't be able to just go pick it up with a bag or a pooper scooper. The only ways that you could move it would be like any other muksa machmas gufo item, which is kilach or yad. You know, you could move it in an unusual manner, but who wants to get that close to dog poop and move it in an unusual manner? So this can be avoided by, if you just want to, in my case, let my dog out into my backyard on Shabbos so that it's not going to the bathroom in other people's yards on a walk. Frankly, if I use my backyard, that could be like the khatsar, and I could actually move it when it goes to the bathroom in my own backyard. Though I haven't been doing that on Shabbos because I don't know if my use of my backyard really justifies that. But if you wanted to do that and let the dog go to the restroom in your backyard, then you could take them on a walk afterwards, as the dog is probably not going to use the bathroom again, at least not number 2, after having done it so recently. I hope this information is helpful. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.